Hello and happy Friday to you. Parky Thompson here from Financial Focus coming and just wanted to shoot you a little video message to help encourage you on this Friday as we head into the weekend. And I trust that you're doing well, you and your family, that you're safe and you're healthy, and that the money is still working for you, still coming in. Quite frankly, honestly, I've only heard from a few people that they have really been financially impacted with a loss of job or a significant furlough. Some others have had to take some cuts, but it's going to be temporary in looking at that. For those of you who received my last video, you may have been misled in the subject line when it said thank you again, and I apologize for that. By not clicking the right button, it picked up the same subject line that I'd had in the past, and I just wanted to make sure that you were aware that that was talking about your four walls and how to protect your finances as we go through this crisis. So if that's something that you didn't see that would be important to you or someone you know, I'm going to put that link in this email here as well. You can click on that. You can share it with others as well. You know, this morning I went to get fuel in a vehicle, and I was excited that gas prices have gone up. Just over the last couple of days, gas prices have gone up, nothing significantly, but they've gone up, which is a good indication that there's more demand, which is a good indication that oil prices are starting to rise a little bit, which is a good indication that maybe things are starting to move in the right direction. I'm not sure where you are, but there's 40 states that in some capacity that are opening doors and allowing businesses to open their doors to allow you to sit inside at a restaurant, to allow companies to get back to work, to allow churches to congregate again, to allow some of the things that we had given up 5 or 6 weeks ago in fighting this virus, allowing things to get back to somewhat normal. And so my hope is that we're moving in that right direction. I trust that we are. And I hope that while you may still be impacted, that as you get out and about, if this is something that could be impactful to you, this virus, I'm asking you to make sure that you're cautious and doing common sense things to make sure that you protect yourself, be practical, but at the same time, moving on with life. Because our finances can't sit and wait. We all have bills to pay. We all have goals that we want to achieve. We all have these things that are important to us in our life, and that takes money to be able to do that. For a lot of us, we're trying to get out of debt. For others, we're trying to stay out of debt and move in the right direction. And so I want to encourage you to hang on, keep looking positive, look for the positive things, and continue to adapt. You know, that's one of the things I've learned this week in talking with some folks. When you think about it through history, from the beginning of time, we as people have begun to adapt and we've made some changes through things. I mean, think about it. We're no longer walking. We're using cars and airplanes and a lot of those conveniences, a lot of things today that we take as a convenience, those were things that were built upon, people adapted to. Air conditioning was one that was brought up this week of what we're doing. And so we're looking at something new as we fight this, virus and still get our economy back to working again, getting the paychecks coming into your household. And so we need to adapt. And so let me encourage you to be able to do that. All of us have goals. And if you don't have goals, I encourage you to set some goals. As you're hanging on, as we're spending this time, maybe still sequestered, maybe still working from home, set some goals. You and your spouse, you and your family, set some goals of some things that you want to accomplish. And really, when you think about it, maybe you did it at the beginning of this year, and we are quickly approaching the halfway part of this year. And so I would encourage you to relook at those years, this year, and those goals, and making sure that what has maybe turned into question marks over the last few weeks, that you turn around and turn those into exclamation points over these next 6 or 7 months of this year. From those goals, build a plan. Make sure that you're being practical in your plan and thinking about what you have and what you don't have and what we need to do. You need to do in your own finances to help you be on the right path of where you need to go. Set a budget. Make sure you have a plan every month for your income that's coming in and what you can and can't do, and then manage to that plan. Lastly, track to it. Manage to it, track to it. Make sure you're monitoring that plan much like you would a GPS unit if you were on a trip. Make sure you're tracking to the destination that you want to go to, and you're making sure that you're on the right path of where you need to be. having goals, having a plan to be able to meet those goals, having a financial plan that's going to meet that overall plan, and tracking to that plan is going to help you be successful, whether we're in good times or whether we're in bad times. And I encourage you to do that and to hang on. Things are going to get better. Things are starting to improve now. And I hope you have a great weekend.